bò lá lốt, chả,
chả,
cốm.
cúng, luau. Okay.
I saw it a lot. Bandade.
Tendons.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are in Saigon and I'm doing a Michelin food tour. We have Swan here. She's in Ao Yai, traditional costume. You can introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Swan. So I'm from Kids Tour Company. Today I was lead one on our Michelin tour today. This is kind of special tour in the city because as you know in Vietnam cuisine we have a lot of food and today I'm gonna show you three regions of the cuisine of Vietnam here. Gonna know the central and the south and they have little small dessert for you at the end of the tour. Let's go.
I'm gonna hop on the bike.
And I'm where the one.
Okay. Yeah, safety first.
Careful in the right side here, they have hot resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you smooth on the left. Stand on the here.
Okay.
And stretch your leg.
Also, this is in District 1. This is the shopping center, shopping area.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And we're gonna right in the center of cities of walking trees. Store hotel. New metro.
Oh, that's the new metro station.
They was finished last year, December.
I think the metro is gonna be life-changing because it's so convenient.
Yeah, it's really convenient. And you don't need to fly on Twitter, traffic and hot weather like this.
Yeah, because once it rains in Saigon, riding the motorbike is not very safe. The traffic is crazy. Takashimaya shopping mall is here, just opposite.
Yeah, fashion brand, high brand.
And these are all the souvenir stores.
Next to the Bank Market.
And just right ahead is a famous Bantan Market. Yeah.
It's right in the center.
I like Vietnamese coffee. It tastes so different. Like it has like a chocolatey taste.
Yeah, it's like in here we use another bean. Normally you know African Robusta, right?
Yeah.
We have all of that.
Okay.
You prefer had a bitter taste.
I like the bitter taste because it tastes like chocolate, like dark chocolate.
But it's really strong. They have a lot of caffeine.
My first time, I cannot sleep after drinking it. So people deliver anything and everything on a bike.
They move in the house. They carrying the motorbike on a motorbike.
Oh, I even seen like mattresses, big mattress.
Yes.
On the motorbike.
Also, I see 7 people on a motorbike.
7 people?
Yeah, but out of 5 kids, 8 parents.
Wow. It's a cost saving to the family. I visited Hanoi, Linh Bin, Sapa, Halong Bay, Hue, Da Nang, and Vũng Tàu. Yeah. And Hoi An is the best. I like Hoi An. Yeah.
Like the old style, vintage style.
Yes. Countryside feel. I like it. And I like Hoi An's bánh mì.
Bánh mì.
So good.
Food coming.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot.
We have vegetable.
Thank you.
We have dry noodles here. So you see we had a vegetable here, have rice paper, kind of roll it. It's like noodles. Seems really look like we make some rice. In Vietnam we call that bò lá lốt.
Bò la lốt.
That means the beef. Inside I wanted meat and then meat, and outside a vegetable leaf. This salt to eat with this one.
Okay.
This is fermented salt. With the pineapple and lemongrass here.
Pineapple, lemongrass.
Yeah.
So nice.
Salt. And this is like fish salt. We're gonna pour in here in the noodles. We're gonna mix everything together.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of pot BBQ.
Thank you.
Here's
Cheers.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yo. Oh, that's how Vietnamese cheers in their language.
The counter number. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yo.
1, 2, 3. Yo. It's like beer, right? Yeah, student beer.
But it's so refreshing. But you need to teach me how to eat it.
So first, I think we just start with a roll. So we're gonna have with the rice paper here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rice paper.
Not plastic bag. Right? And a rice paper, make from rice. Then we have lettuce to make this one soft.
Okay.
Roll it. Lettuce, all tons of veggies here.
So we need to rub it to make it moist.
Yes, soft with this one. And you see this one before?
Herb, I don't know. Is it basil?
No.
Or mint?
No.
I don't.
Medium. So this one we call the perilla. So this one you see the hot shell.
Okay.
Have a hot shell.
Ah.
Yeah, medium hard. So this one you can smell first. Let's smell first.
Basil.
How would it smell?
It has a aftertaste.
Yeah. A little bit sour.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this like
Yeah, sour.
fishy.
Yes.
Fishy a little bit.
Is it fish leaves?
They're fish mint.
Fish mint.
Yeah. It's good for your skin with this one. Even though we use it a lot. And you can do the detoxing drink
Really?
corner with this one.
Mint
Smells
leaf.
good.
So refreshing.
And this is chive.
Chai. Okay.
We add the BBQ
Okay.
in the middle of everything. And if you want to add noodle, you can add a little bit noodle.
Mm.
You can have some kimchi.
Kimchi.
Roll like this.
Wow.
It's for the skill, guys. It is, and you roll it tight.
Wow.
Yeah. You have the salt for you,
Okay.
so you can dip in salt.
Let's try this.
That's right.
Wow. It's very refreshing.
The combination of all the flavors, veggies, fresh.
Feels
with
so
the
good.
sour.
It's very nice, guys. It's very light. So it's also not oily. I like it.
So this plate, they have 3 year from Michelin side like here. So then you try the dry noodle. This one we call bún thịt nướng.
Bún thịt nướng.
Thịt nướng.
Thịt nướng.
Bún means the noodles.
Okay.
And thịt nướng BBQ.
Oh.
They would have pork. Yeah. And we mix with the fish sauce here.
Fish
you like
sauce.
spicy?
Yeah, sure.
So you can add more chili if you want.
With chili.
Little like this.
Mm.
And then you use spoon and chop it to mix everything together.
Okay. So it's like a salad noodle with meat.
Yeah, but this one from the center, but central taste of people, they were more spicy and salty. Yeah, you can taste.
I really like the barbecue pork. It's so good. Yeah.
It's fat, right?
Yeah. And the noodles with the fish oil, it just blends so well.
So which one you like? You like noodles here, or like BBQ with a veggie?
I think if I want a hands-on experience, I would like this one. But they all are very good. They have their unique taste to it, and I like the herbs
Yes.
from the roll,
Yeah.
but I like the fish sauce from the noodles for this one.
This one is dual balance between yin and yang. They have meat, they have veggie, noodles. Yeah.
Next stop, we are going off now.
Northern food,
Northern food shopping.
like for like
Boutiques,
brand.
local brands are all here. So that is the reason why you need a motorbike to move around in Vietnam.
Yeah.
All the good stores are everywhere.
This
Basket.
lady were made from another kind of leaf.
What is your favorite cafe in Saigon?
Legend.
Legend Cafe. Yeah, that one is good.
The most famous coffee totally.
I've been to that cafe. It's really nice. It's a bit like high class. I like that cafe. It's good. You should check it out. Wow. This is where like locals stay, and they also have different lots of cafes. Look how tight the alley is. Yay. Wow.
We're gonna try the northern food.
Hanoi food.
Oh, we're gonna have the sticky rice.
Sticky rice. Why is it yellow?
What had a mung bean.
A mung bean. Wow.
You know, like here.
Mm.
In Hanoi and in the south, they were different. In the south, we will like have sweet.
Okay.
We like have sugar. We would like to have the coconut milk. But in Hanoi, they not really like sweet. They would like to have
Salty.
salty meaty. So they have some meat, jackal, they call pork meat,
Okay. Pork meat.
sticky rice, mung bean. This is salad, fried salad, and with the cucumber.
Wow. Such a huge platter. What is the name of this dish?
This one we call as soy
Soy.
jackal.
Cà cúng.
chả cốt,
Chà cúng.
chả
Chà
cốt.
cúng.
Yeah, this one is they were have like pork ear.
Pork ear. Pig's ear. Okay.
The powder outside it was not peanut. They was like from rice.
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 Roasted rice.
Like mochi.
Ah, yeah. This looks like warabi mochi. Okay.
And then here we have the rice paper.
Rice paper.
They were different texture, and the taste is a little more salty. And I have
Fish sauce.
pickle, carrots,
Chili.
some satay. They have satay.
What is satay?
Chili, lemongrass, stir fry with oil.
Oh.
And satay.
Okay. Satay. Veggies.
Lettuce, marilla, fig leaf.
So much herbs. I love Vietnam. That's why I don't get all these herbs in Singapore.
In some north or the central, they have different name of cordis. But
Mm.
you touch it, they have a little bit hairy. They call it creamy leaf. Or another name in the central, they call it sticky fruit. You're gonna use the
Okay.
rice paper, lettuce, make it soft.
Okay. So take any leaves,
Everything.
moist the rice paper, and then
everything.
add all the herbs in.
We add
Okay.
some-
Oh, thank you. Pork ear.
You roll it.
Roll it.
Like this.
Okay, my pork ear flew out. Okay.
Okay, and they have the salt here.
Okay.
You can dip in the salt in here.
Yeah, it's still a bit dry, the rice paper, so let's dip it in. And we can eat it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's eat it. Mm. Again, the herbs are very nice. The rice paper is a little bit salty, so there's some flavors in it. The pig's ear is not that scary. Initially, I'm like, oh, pig's ear, but it's actually quite nice. It looks like mochi. I think I like the taste. There's no odor, so it's okay, right?
They will boil it. Have roasted rice.
Mm. These are collagen for your body.
Your skin as well.
Yeah, that's why Vietnamese have good skin.
You're gonna have sticky rice here.
Mung bean sticky rice, that's true. It's very simple, light taste. Is this pork?
Yes, pork.
It looks like a fish cake. And it's deep fried, so it's a bit crunchy. Nice. I've been in Vietnam for 1 year. I haven't find this kind of food by myself. So that's why you really need a tour guide that is from local to bring you to places like that. Explain to you how to eat it, tell you the history about it. That's how you will start to appreciate the food and the taste. Can I ask, is this a normal dinner food or is it like a snack?
This one can be the breakfast
Breakfast.
and dinner. Yes, and this one is not for normal daily meal
Like occasion.
occasion, or they want to eat that they can make it food, but not like every day
Okay.
or every week.
Okay, we're going market now. So this is a whole stretch of small little shops. They sell like bags, second-hand market. Wow. Wow, this is really local. These are local apartments.
Oh, and they have all the food.
So if you stay in local residential areas like that, you will have lots of food. See, you can smell like fresh laundries here because they are doing laundries everywhere. Wow. $1968. Wow, these are old housing estates.
One of the oldest apartments.
So this kind of streets you can find laundry shop, hair salons, hair nail salons, so many. And locals just outside their homes, drinking coffee. We are at the flower market. So you can see lots of flowers here. These are all wholesale flower shops. Lotus flower, sunflower.
So here right now we are in a flower market. They are in a wholesale flower market in the city. Some they will live inside the house. They live sell the flower outside. Some they will rent the space, sell the flowers all day, all night, or into the midnight. We here we use a lot of flower. Tourists they come here for pass by, have fun, bought some flowers. Mostly the flower they were for wash ancestor God Buddhas. We can present them some kind of flower. This can be not student for good. If you bought wrong flower for worship, it's not good. Boy case of office place.
It's okay.
Vietnam.
Yeah, it's normal, it's common.
The south of Vietnam, yeah. Okay, we're gonna walk down to the market here.
Okay. This one can be TikTok soundtrack.
Yes, yes. I saw it a lot. Bánh đa đây.
Yeah. Oh, so many flowers. I didn't know Vietnamese buy so much flowers. And how much is like, let's say, one bouquet of flowers?
So depend what kind of flower and season. So the lily can be like 50,000, 100,000, depending on what days. It's like in the busy day, it's more expensive for sure.
But these flowers will stop growing, right? It's only for decoration, and after a few days, they would just wither.
Oh, so when you rip out the flower, they're still young. They haven't bloomed yet.
Oh.
A few days later, you put in the water base.
They will grow.
Bloom it. Only for a few days. But also they have special powder. They put in the water. They keep the flower less long. For example, lily, Vietnam they have different meaning. Lilies mean breakup. It's a break.
Oh,
Yeah.
so don't buy the wrong flowers, guys. So what do people buy for, like, let's say, a romantic date? Rose.
It's easy and tulip.
Okay,
Some flower and another occasion they bought for worship and offering ancestor, Buddha, God who passed away.
So worshipping of ancestors is common in Vietnam. I think even in Singapore, there are religions that worship the ancestors.
Yeah. And at the day they can burn joss paper, fake money,
Yeah.
fake house, fake bike, fake iPhone,
Oh, yes,
paper,
same.
and they burn it.
Yeah, very similar to Singapore. We also burn like cars, houses, wife, maid, and Mercedes, 5G, or even Viettel, you can burn it.
Even a building.
A building, yeah. Is this lotus? Is this the national flower of Vietnam? No.
Not really officially. Yeah, but lotus, we can use many things of lotus.
Drinking tea.
You can drink tea, eat lotus seed, lotus root. Good part of lotus. You think they can make the silk from there.
Is it the stem?
Yeah, exactly. It's a paper. Break it.
Okay.
You see the paper.
Wow.
When you can make the fabric.
Wow. That's very natural material.
That's why it's really expensive. It's one of the most expensive fabric in the world. So you can break the stem.
Break? Okay. Let's break the stem of this lotus plant and see the fiber. Oh, can you see the fiber? It's just wow. So nice. Okay, you spin it. These are like little threads.
They become a paper. This one can be the clothes scarf. If you want to buy one scarf of lotus, 100% of lotus, you have collections 5,000 to 7,000 stamps.
So these things are expensive.
Do you know how to make the flower plums?
No, like open it?
You can open it. You can make it plum in your way. Plum please. You must use flower.
So I'm supposed to bloom this, like open. Wow. Oh, too rough.
So this is your way to make the plums.
It's quite rough.
Yeah. And look not really pretty, is it?
Yeah.
Now fold the bottle of flour. Hold like this. Fold to the left, right, triangle.
A very nice base.
Left, right, triangle.
Okay.
Easy. Okay.
Left, right. Left, right, fold it in. Is it?
It's not a triangle yet.
Not a triangle.
Yeah, you here already.
Okay.
So you need to fold like this. Okay.
Oh, looks so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. This part is like the morning market. Sell all sorts of like poultry, chicken, pork.
And they still sell some vegetables.
So these are vegetables. Do you need to bargain? To
not really much because here it's cheap already.
Oh,
Local market. They can
Okay.
bargain little small amounts. Pay, but
okay.
not that much. 4 p.m. they're gonna have the food market street vendor. Yeah, but during the daytime at the wet market.
Reason why I'm doing a day tour now is because it's raining at night during this period. Local Công Tam store, rice meals,
So they sell lunch flowers.
delivery of flowers. Wow. If you walk around, more or less the things are the same. They are all flowers and flowers. Lotus, yeah, looks so much nicer. Yeah, these are lotus. So one thing I like about tours like that is because you have someone local to tell you where to go. Sometimes as a tourist by yourself, you wouldn't dare to walk near a shop because you don't know what to look at. I think not all stores are okay with you looking at the photos without buying, right? If you have a guide, you can walk safely to the stores and then just enjoy the moment.
So here we're gonna have a beef stew. The food from the central. They would have a lot of ingredients and flavor in there. They would have the basil, the meat with intended,
Oh, piping hot.
really hot from the clay pot. So we're gonna eat with the bread. We're gonna dip
Okay.
the bread into the broth. And we're gonna have the salt here. We have the lamb, the sweet lamb. You can taste first. This one from the south. Bò kho, we'll say bò kho.
Bok kho.
Yeah, similar curry. In the past, my mom make it. It's like really big pot, like up there. The whole family eat it for a few days.
It's very nice. And I like the soup. It's not very strong in flavor. Fresh coconut. And in Vietnam, coconuts are quite cheap. This is like only like $1 to $3 depending on the store.
We have Kingdom of Coconut.
Oh, Kingdom of Coconut. And this baguette is so crunchy, very airy inside. It mixes so well with the soup and the beef.
So this bánh mì, they would make this work in a charcoal or in clay pot.
Very traditional way of cooking with charcoal. So the meat is so tender and all these are like literally collagen in a pot.
For health and for skin.
Because this is also good for your gut because your gut is like your second brain. Basically, it helps in your whole body healing.
The business since 1975. But not a store like this. This is carrying on a store that is selling around the street vendor. And then day by day the business is good, so they would have a small area to sell. And then now they would have Michelin Food formal. Now we are in have like famous place for the dessert. But it's not only like dessert, also with like tofu.
Tofu.
Yeah, you know soya beans.
Soya
They
bean?
make a lot of food and dessert. So here we have really soft tofu. This tofu is from they have in the south and the north as well. So in the south they can call tàu hũ.
Tau hu.
Yeah, I'm gonna have with the ginger boba and then have coconut milk here.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one they also have tofu, but don't have coconut milk. They have cold version.
Cold.
This one will warm. This have like modern version. Gonna have with dry lychee, the pan. I'm gonna eat with ice. Put some ice into the bowl. More cold.
Here you can smell the ginger coconut-ish smell. So tau hu.
Tàu hũ.
Tau hu. In Singapore we call it tau fu.
Tàu fu, yeah.
So it's like Cantonese, it's similar.
It's soft. It's silky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft,
Melting in your
silky,
mouth.
and the sugar just melts in your mouth. It's actually very nice, very light. It's not super sweet. And I like the coconut ginger combination. I really like it. This is longan, right?
Yes, we say nhãn.
Nhang.
Yeah.
So we are at the end of the tour. I must say that this tour is absolutely worth it because as a solo traveler, you do not know where to go, what to eat, what to see. So it's so important that you engage yourself a tour. I think Swan has brought me to many wonderful places. If you're coming to Saigon, do check out Kiss Tour. Thank you, Kiss Tour and Swan, for bringing me around. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. So we have like wonderful day together, and this tour is amazing, right?
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Swan.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Do
you.
check out our other videos and check out Kiss Tour and subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
It's gonna rain, so we are very lucky that everything went well. I love the food, I love the introduction, everything that she has shared to me. And do come to Saigon, check this city out. Till next time, bye bye.
See you. Bye.
I can't say enough, she pull up with that new thing. Please don't fall in love 'cause I think of you all day. Yeah, I was running through my brain, can't be nothing. 'Cause I just know you got me thinking about forever. Got a crush, crush, crush on you. I just wanna be your only crush, crush, crush on you. I'm not the type to give it in, read it out till you're mine. Let me tell you now, I got a crush, crush, crush on you. When I was looking outside, girl, you got me lost in your eyes. I got you when you're falling.